Welcome back. Once again, adventurers, let's play Robotics Notes Elite. In the last episode, Doc Fujita was working on seeing whether or not he could utilize the monopole particle in order to power the motor that would drive Gunbuild 2. But while he was doing that, a terrible catastrophe occurred. Tokyo itself was struck by a solar storm, exactly in the time frame as predicted by the Kimijima reports. The entire city is offline, completely blacked out. And it's only going to get worse from here. Meanwhile, in her Sanctum Sanctorum at the old abandoned hotel at the old airport, huddled is none other than Kona Furugori, Frau Kajiro. I felt sick. It's like the part of my stomach below my navel is filled with sludge. Sludge slowly being turned and twisted and kneaded about. This disgusting feeling has persisted for half a day now. Someone is breathing really loudly. It's noisy and irritating. If you don't shut up this second, I'm going to tear you to shreds with 100% of my power. I hate to break it to you, Frau, but the one breathing is none other than yourself. Turns out the idiot in question is actually me. I wiped the greasy sweat from my forehead. Boys should be the ones panting. In that delicious BL sort of way. I would ask if now was really the time for such things, Frau, but then again, knowing your brain wiring, you're stuck in this mode. Forever. All eternity. So my question is moot. Then again, what Frau is going through is, well, let's just say it's more than just depression. She's still trying to deal with the loss of her mother, Minami. And she isn't handling it well. Not at all. In fact, she's getting worse. Much worse.
ちょっとぐらい喉が渇いたからってなんだ。元気一発。気合で乗り切ろうぜ。
Were you expecting anything else?
元気くんボットはミュート状態に。
よし、わかった。絶対また会おうな。
I can see why Akio takes after you, Genki. I really do. Not that it matters to Frau. Genki-kun poses snappily and disappears from my Pokecom screen.
カスが元気くんボットの使えなさっぷりはむしろ逆に金請求してもいいレベル。
Well, he is a digital avatar, and also again, the one who created him is well, take a guess. Said the girl who made him. I pick up a bottle of mineral water and pour what little there is left of it into my mouth. Should probably do something about that.
水のストックある、ロゼッタ。
冷蔵庫の中にはミネラルウォーターのストックはもうありません。お散歩ついでに買いに行きましょう。
Too much of a task for the likes of Frau Kajiro, unfortunately, Rosetta. Yeah. Where's Kaito when you need him, Frau? Where is he? Oh, wait. Yeah. But Frau was definitely in no condition to start working anything regarding Gunbuild 2's programming. She really isn't. I ignore Rosetta Bot's proposition and face my PC again. My vision is hazy. Have I been staring at my PC for too long? Do you even need to ask? Nothing like this has ever happened before. On the monitor is our channel. With my sight this blurry, I can barely read what's on screen. It's been over 12 hours since the Tokyo blackouts, but things still aren't back to normal. 12 hours is too short of a time. Though apparently some areas have power again. Well, that's not quite a miracle, but almost. That's mostly places like factories, which have their own private power generators, of course. Even the electric companies don't have a firm grasp on which areas have power and which don't. Tokyo residents are desperately looking for ways to communicate, but the phone lines are overloaded. Our channel was the only thing connecting me to Tokyo from Tanegashima, even if it's a very narrow source of info. Compared to 10 years ago, there are fewer users, but during emergencies like this, it's much faster than regular news. Twipo's user base is too ignorant and gullible for it to be a reliable source of info. The same too could really be said of our channel if I'm being perfectly honest, Frau. But I digress. And they spread trash like wildfire. It's so disgusting. It might as well be Spo East. That said, while not as bad as Twipo, our channel is full of junk too. Thank you for confirming that for me, Frau. What's fake? What's real? It's impossible for me to know for sure. Yet still, I desperately search for any real info regarding Tokyo on the message boards. I do my best to sift through the falsehoods, tracing sources and working my way back to original posters. If I can trace things back to their original sources, I should be able to figure out what's going on. And again, you could always just watch, the news, but I digress. Or so I thought for a time. But now my brain is all but mush. The net is vast and not quite infinite, but it's almost. I can't make anything out from all this noise. Just then, there's a sound from my Pokécom.
なんぞ
An interesting notification.
メールが届きましたよ。
音読よろ
送信者八潮海斗。送信日時は2019年11月19日午前6時58分です。
Yeah, Kaito hasn't given up on you yet, Frau.
昨日電話したけど繋がらなかったからメールさせてもらうよ。今日の午後にでも顔を出すから部屋に入れてほしい。話がある。
There is a lot to discuss. It sounds like the kind of message you'd send your ex. Only you would think that.
テラ知識過剰諸上手
I wouldn't even deign that with a
ガンバレル最
response.
終話を解析して出てきた小郡南の渓谷群に関連する話なんだけど、実はあれに似た内容が君島レポートにも書かれてあった。
I gasp. I'm feeling nauseous all of a sudden. I can't help but cover my mouth with my hands. I barely manage to hold down the bile rising from my throat.
その内容はこうだ。太陽嵐の到達による混乱を利用して同時多発テロを起こすこと。
Widespread simultaneous terrorist activity.
そのテロの内容はどうやらロボットによる反乱っていうものらしいこと。君のお母さんからの警告はいたずらでも陰謀論でもなく現実になるかもしれない。そんなわけで君のお母さんのことについてもう少し詳しく聞かせてほしいんだよね。ちなみにこのことはまだ誰にも言わない方がいい。それじゃ以上です。
Before I realize it, I'm breathing heavily.
ぐぬぬ
I know you want to find her again, Frau, but that being said, even if she is alive, even if she is found, and you're reunited, let's just say that a gut feeling is telling me that the outcome isn't going to be entirely positive on Frau, given her current state. Yashio Senpai is right. His anxiety is totally on the mark. Considering his pinpoint accuracy, this isn't just some random idiot from the FGC trying to troll. The Kimijima reports are true. A robot insurrection. Well, I doubt the robots that were made by Fujita 11 years ago would be capable of such a thing. But then again, they don't have to be robots, per se. What about the HUGs? What about all the devices manufactured by the likes of the Exoskeleton Company? What if they went rogue? This lines up with the one piece of truth I found amidst the noise after hunting for 12 hours straight.
それはもう
Actually,
起きてる
it's already started. Their plans have been put into motion. Amid the noise, there are posts dotted around that feel out of place. Service robots were attacking people. A guide robot went out of control. An RI robot went haywire, lol. It won't do what it's told, LMAO. They're all relatively low-key posts. Nothing designed to get attention. But put together, it's an entirely different significance. Just a few words buried within all the noise. But they're slowly starting to bubble to the surface. They haven't yet caused any uproar, with the blackouts and everything. The people in Tokyo are still busy right now with the blackouts and loss of functionality all over the place. A robot insurrection. Guess reading the words is enough to make anyone laugh. Sounds like something from Terminator or I, Robot, the Will Smith version. Even movies don't use plots as cliche as this anymore. If you think about the word insurrection, if you think the word insurrection might cause some misunderstanding, you could describe it as robots going haywire. Thanks to next year's Robotics Expo, the streets are filled with life-size robots more than any other city. Even police stands have deployed guide patrol robots. Robots run the registers at stores. I'm surprised that's a thing. Nursing robots are all over the place now. There's a surprisingly large number of them walking with and assisting elderly people. And all that is about to change. I hear that Shibuya, Akihabara, and Odaiba, in particular, have a large number of guide robots deployed. What happens if all those robots stop doing what they're programmed to do?
なんという狂った世界。
Indeed. And that's just the robots going out of control. Never mind robots turning against humanity itself. Although I doubt robots are going to be picking up guns and shooting people anytime soon. But still, just the idea of humans losing control over the robots is enough to inspire fear. I don't know if this is an accident caused by the solar storm or some intentional act of terror. Well, once you read the Kimijima reports, Frau, you'll know it's no accident.
お知らせします。ヤシオさんのメール到着のついでに新着メールをチェックしましたよ。
Very kind of you, Rosetta.
3451通の新着メールを受信しました。
Most of that's probably spam.
なお、スパムメールはあらかじめ除外してあります。
Or maybe not.
フラウコージュロファクトリー関係者からのメールが1通。お仕事依頼のメールは0通。
There's a surprise.
キルバラットのユーザーから届いたメールのうち、ポジティブと予想されるものが38通。ネガティブと予想されるものが3413通です。
Well, given the state of things, that's not a surprise either. That's a lot. That's a lot more hate emails than usual. But who cares? I never check them anyway. It's just that I can't believe I've gotten so many after only half a day.
関係者からのメール開いて。
Let's see what the groupies have to say.
送信者、服部半十郎。送信日時は2019年11月19日午前。
That's a phone.
電話が鳴っていますよ。
誰？
It's a good question, Frau.
服部半十郎さんです。
First a message, now she's calling. I haven't even read the former yet. Well, she's a member of the KB team. I've never actually seen Hanjiro Hattori's face before. The only people I've met offline are Chuchu, Yashimasa, and Maguyan. The other members, Hattori, Hanjuro, and Kisspop, I've only ever called or messaged. Hanjuro Hattori is a 23-year-old NEET girl. Her real name is Mitsuko Hattori, currently unemployed. That's about all I know.
つないで。
はい、ではおつなぎしますね。
Please do. The Pokecom screen reads sound only. No face-to-face meeting. Her face isn't displayed.
ハンジュ、無事だったん？
Hanju refers to Hanjuro Hattori. I just call her that because it's easy to say and type. For you, maybe.
電話復旧したん？それとももしかして関西に脱出したとか？
うん、今名古屋。
Well, that's a relief. So she really did escape. I wonder if she knows what happened to everyone else at the factory.
っていうか、フラウッチ、今すぐアホな真似はやめなよ。RI のロボット OS 乗っ取るとか、いたずらじゃ済まないんだから。
Excuse me?
Huh?
Her sudden outburst makes no sense. Seriously, what's her deal? Why is she mad at me?
お前は何を言っているんだ？日本語で OK。
停電中の東京でロボット暴走させて人を襲わせてるのフラウチでしょ？
Why would you think that Frau Kojiro of all people is the one responsible? Starting to get a bad vibe here, ladies and
あ
gentlemen.
んなの犯罪だよ。しかも自分から正体ばらして煽るなんて。
Either Hanjuro was making this all up, which is reprehensible in and of itself, or Frau's being framed.
あそこまで炎上しちゃったらもう収拾つかないって。
And even so, this is too suspicious.
ちょっと何言ってるかわかんないです。人違いじゃね？
私にまでそんな分かりきった嘘つくなんて。自分でツイポでつぶやいておいてよく言うよ。
Something's wrong.
ツイポ？
Hanjuro has clearly lost it. I figured she was on edge from all the stuff in Tokyo, plus having to flee all the way to Nagoya. But that doesn't seem to be the case.
私がつぶやいてる？え？
とぼけないで。フラウッチ、とにかく今すぐクラッキングをやめて。今自首すればまだ。
わかんない。何言ってるのか全然。わかるように話してくれなくちゃ。私、どうしたらいいか。
フラウッチ。
I'm so confused. So am I, Frau. So am I. But that's normal, right? She's just berating me without even explaining why. I'm starting to think that, I'm starting to think, Frau, or rather Kona, that, While it may be convenient to interact with random people without getting to know them too well, for people with social issues, that's one thing. However, you might want to spend a bit more time being picky at choosing your friends, Frau. Yeah, all it takes is for one person, to turn things upside down. This reminds me of a situation from a Christopher Nolan movie, the name of which currently escapes me, but it stars Guy Pearce. At least I believe that's the case. Anyway, he's talking on a phone, and the film is entirely out of order. But there's one moment where he's talking on the phone and he's speaking to somebody. And the thing is that his character has short-term memory loss. He can't remember anything over the past 5 minutes or so. And in one scene, he notices that he has a bandage on his arm. And he removes the bandage, and on his arm beneath the bandage are tattooed the words, "Don't answer the phone." When he sees this and goes to ask who he's talking to, the phone immediately hangs up. That's the vibe I'm getting now from Hanajuro. Right now. I wish I could remember the name of the film. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't quite remember it. The point of the story, ladies and gentlemen, is that, yeah, I'm just getting some very bad vibes here. Especially since I have no memory of what she's talking about. I don't know what to feel. I'm not mad, nor am I sad. I don't even have the words to respond with. I think that all will be explained when you check your Twipo feed, Frau. And I think you'll see that someone is out to frame you. Committing a crime. Taunting people on Twipo.
何言ってるかちっともわかんない。
本当なの？何も知らないの？
That's pretty much the long and short of it.
だってツイポでつぶやいてるのって確かにフラウッチのアカウントなんだけど。
Well, Frau may be a genius programmer, but even she's not perfect. If you have the right tricks and the right keys, well, to put it another way, even a super hacker can be hacked by the best.
ねえ、この何時間かでツイポを起動した？
してない。
Hanju grows quiet after hearing my response. I can't see her face, so I don't know for sure, but she seems to be pondering something.
ねえ、一体何が？
RI ロボラトリーインダストリーのロボット知ってるよね？そのロボット OS が何者かに乗っ取られて停電中の東京で人を襲ってる。
Well, the committee certainly aren't wasting any time, are they?
私もこの目で見た。その時は訳がわからなかったけど、東京から脱出してからフラウッチのつぶやきを見て悟ったの。
robot insurrection. I was literally just looking into this, but on Ant Channel, not Twipo. Coupled with what was written in Yashio Senpai's message.
でも太陽嵐のせいでロボットもほとんど故障してるんじゃ。
知らないの？15年クラッシュ以降に発売された等身大ロボットは太陽嵐対策が施されてる。
Well, how very convenient.
今の東京は電気は止まっちゃってるのにロボットだけは動いてるっていう異様な状態なの。
How could I possibly know that?
でも私が犯人のわけだって今種子島だし。そもそもロボット OS って1台だけハッキングしたって大した被害には。
ロボラトリーインダストリのリーチシリーズはクラウドでデータ共有されてる。そこさえ押さえちゃえば全部のロボットに強制的に命令を送れるの。
なんだと？
フラウッチが私に嘘ついてるのかどうか電話だけじゃわからないけど。
I could say the same about you, Hanjuro. I don't trust you.
今すぐツイポを見て自分の発言を確認して。
I think, however, with that said, we should do as she says, Frau. I do as I'm told and hurriedly boot up Twipo. For some reason, it's asking for my account name and password to log in. I never see the screen because I'm usually always logged in. This is weird. Unless you've been hacked. A feeling of unease runs through me as I enter my password. As soon as I'm in, I find a host of tweeps directed at me. Jeers and verbal attacks from accounts I've never seen, even death threats. The sheer number of them is ridiculous. There are more tweeps than I can count, well over the thousands. I can't look through all of these. But I'm used to this sort of thing in my inbox, so it's not a big deal. Well, it's a big deal now. It's always been that way. I bite my lip and bring up the tweeps from my account.
何？なんで？
My timeline is filled with posts that I don't recognize. So you know how robots in Tokyo go nuts and attacking people? That was me. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that you've been framed, Kona. I hacked into RI's rich Series OS. That part was easy. After that, I made all the robots go haywire. I think it's finally time for robots to be freed from human control. Oh yeah, want to know who leaked the last episode of Gun Barrel? Also me. Well, shit. For the first time in recorded history, a robot murdered a human. What big, exciting news. By the way, the server for RI is wide open. Anyone can waltz right on in. want to boot me out and get the robots back? Just get past the security I set up. Said that wasn't really Frau. At all. I didn't write a single word of this. This wasn't me. It's fake. It has to be. I desperately check my account. Frau Kajiro. This. What's going on? It should be obvious what's going on.
私のアカウント
Unfortunately, this is all the internet sees of Frau Kajiro. Just a picture of Genki from Gun Barrel. No matter how many times I look, it's the account name I picked. A virus? No. A virus isn't this sophisticated. Have I been hacked? It's definitely a certainty. The only thing filling my mind is the overwhelming feeling of wanting to cry. That's what happens when you have your identity stolen from you. I feel absolutely miserable. I want to cry out with every fiber of my being. Depression and mania force their way into my heart at the same time.
乗っ取られた
You did indeed. Someone hacked into my account. I need to delete it ASAP. The damage has already been done, as far as the internet is concerned. That should make it all better. It won't. But
マジありえないだろこんなん絶対おかしい絶対に
oh, there's plenty wrong with the scenario. Unfortunately, all the stress is going to play havoc on Frau's physical state. I end up vomiting. It's painful and my throat feels like it's on fire. Tears fall down my cheeks. But the only things that come up are stomach acid and bile. I haven't eaten anything since the day before yesterday. I'm practically starving himself. This can't be happening. It can't. This isn't me. Someone set me up. Deliberately to take the fall for all this. And it's raining too. What a day this has turned out to be. So when we return, adventurers, looks like Kaito Yashio has picked the most opportune moment to visit Frau Kajiro. As always, until next we meet.